Welcome to What the Fahad, broadcasting straight from the heart of Dubai, the podcast where we explore communities, stories, and people shaping the world of sports and wellness in the Middle East and beyond. And today's guest built a brand that champions all natural, clean, functional beverages, natural energy, great for runners and athletes, but designed for all. Whether you're juggling work, family, or personal goals, everyone uses a boost. Let's explore METE's origins, the science behind feeling good, and even a small choice can bring big wins for our bodies and minds. Let's welcome Fabian on What the Fahad. Fabian, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, man.
How you feeling?
Excellent. It's great to be here.
Thank you. Before we start, we always have a simple question that we ask our guests. All right, and it's a very simple yet deep question. So I'm going to ask you the question.
Hit me.
Who is Fabian?
Fabian, just another ordinary guy who lives in Dubai, born and raised here, and originally with Swiss background. Fortunate enough to travel the world and have stumbled upon yerba mate across my journeys. And coming from a tech background and also a hospitality background before that, and now I'm in the F&B world.
Oh, wow. That's quite a significant change of scenery, if I were to put it that way.
But that's the picture I was trying to point, right? That nowadays, if we don't have ADHD, then we're not fit into this world. And I think my character and also my upbringing demonstrates that it's a little bit chaotic.
It's an organized chaos.
Absolutely.
Let's put it that way. All right. What inspired you to launch METE?
I believe there's three critical problems in our time. One is pollution, the overconsumption of plastic. Two is overstimulation of dopamine caused by social media addictions. And the final one is also the nutrition, that what we're eating is actually really bad for us, or also what we're drinking is really bad for us. So therefore, in my humble powers or the sphere of influence that I could maybe possibly affect the world is by launching a beverage that actually is good for humans.
And why yerba in particular?
Um, Referring back to what I just previously said, internationally, this yerba mate is culturally consumed by Argentinians, Syrians, and Lebanese. My wife is Syrian too. And it turns out that this is an excellent super herb with a lot of beautiful health benefits. And therefore, we thought this could be the perfect product for us to actually look into. And therefore, now we're sitting here
Oh,
with the final
absolutely.
product in the market and on podcasts. What's going on?
What's going on? You got it. I mean, it's something new, like especially in Dubai, to have something like this. You know, you all have these caffeinated drinks and energy drinks, but this is something different. This is something cool. This is something that I've personally tried before. And when I saw the chiller version of it, I was just like, yep, this sounds like something I got to try. So thank you for bringing this across.
Oh, with pleasure. As I think you said, I mean, it's relatively new to Dubai, but we're doing quite well. People are drinking it, people are enjoying the taste, and I think also what we really stand for is this. It's a fashion brand, but it sells actually a healthy product, and I think the people appreciate the clean label and the flavor that we've be able to produce.
Amazing. So was there like a personal moment, like the aha, okay, I've got something on my hand. Was there something like this that really got you going and you was like, all right, let's go now, let's go all out?
I think we both have several moments across our entire lifeline that we probably had these inflection moments. One of them I remember in high school, a friend of ours drank 5 Red Bulls even before coming to school and had a heart compilation, had to go to the hospital due to that.
Okay.
But I think also after so many years of the media finally informing us that processed food is really bad, then I mean, if you have a logical thought, then of course you're going to think about processed drinks too. And after looking into just a little bit of the onto labels, and you start realizing there's a lot of stuff in it that shouldn't be there.
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one of the inflection points was also then my son was he doesn't sleep very well, and
Okay.
and we were then searching for an alternative to a coffee or one of those synthetic energy drinks, and thought, hey, we know yerba mate, it's beautiful. Why don't we make a cold drink out of that? Yeah, and that's kind of literally how it started. I know that sounds horrible, but it was really in the kitchen, and my wife and I just spun it up and bottled it afterwards. Yeah,
And here you are.
here we are.
Okay. Tell me more about Mete. How different would it be from any carbonated, caffeinated drink?
So unfortunately, the current drinks that we do have in the market are primarily based on synthetics.
Mm-hmm.
So these are petrochemical byproducts or synthetically produced caffeine or taurine or whatever and whatnot. And for us, we thought, no, there has to be, why don't we just infuse one of those beautiful existing herbs that already exist? Yeah, so this truly is an all natural product.
Okay. Let's talk about this for a non-athlete person, someone who's not into sports or not living an active lifestyle. How good is it for them? Like how does it help them out?
Funny enough, we fell into the sports industry. Of course, this is a fantastic pre-workout, but we primarily see this as a replacement for soda in general,
Okay.
and also as an energy drink.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but it also turns out to become this beautiful, phenomenal pre-workout, right? Which doesn't only help you with the energy boost, but it also has muscle reparation and properties. Therefore, it's really fantastic for a runner or for cyclists, so on and so forth.
Okay. And are people actually going out for parties with Yeba?
We're launching now across several cafes and restaurants and bars and clubs, and it's a brilliant mixer.
Really?
Phenomenal.
With alcohol?
Phenomenal.
Have you tried it?
Surely.
I like
have
that.
to, right? I mean, I don't have to obsess about my product.
Yeah.
I call it Kung Fu. You have to spend your 1,000 hours onto it to become really an expert at whatever you do, whether it's cleaning the floor to also playing around with beverages.
Yeah.
And my Kung Fu is this product. And therefore, yeah, we've tried everything from mixing any type of liquid to it or even powders. And yeah.
So would your kitchen be your scientific lab?
Well, we've now professionalized that a little bit.
Okay. But that's where you started.
But that's where we started.
Amazing.
Absolutely. So we still have syringes and, measuring glasses around that we still use, and some really do-it-yourself type of carbonization systems. Yeah.
So somebody
But now
walks
it's
into your
professionalized.
house for the first time, he'd be like, "Oh, what lab have I walked into?"
Exactly.
Good. You've been active on social media now, all right? You've been making a lot of buzz. You've been yourself connecting with the people who purchase your product. Have you had any stories where they've shared a very good feedback about the product? Share with our listeners.
There's incredible feedback that we've gotten, thankfully, due to the brilliant product that we built so far and this beautiful herb. And the people have been coming back to us. And for example, recently I got a call from a friend of mine, and she said, "Hey, I've now stopped my ADHD medicine because this drink helps me concentrate," which is phenomenal. Another friend of mine calls me, "Hey, my kidney is recovering and my urine is transparent. It's such a clean drink." Two other funny stories, for example, where we give this drink then to a Syrian chef in a restaurant, and he says, "Hey, should I make this warm?" Because traditionally it's actually drank warm.
Correct. Yep.
Right. So it's been a lot of inspiring moments that we've had from the customer feedback so far, but primarily it was always good.
Okay. That's amazing. And okay, tell us more about the product now. Why does having really minimal ingredients help everyone?
I think there was a smart bloke who once said that intelligence is when you're able to explain complicated concepts in a simple format. And let's take that analogy further to, for example, technology or to beverages, right? So in technology, if you're building a mobile app, which is way too complicated, has too many features or too much code, then you make an unusable product that is also exposed to too many leaking points, for example, to steal data or something.
Correct.
And that's the same thing also with beverages, right? There's so many things that you could put into a beverage, but then which are actually bad for you, that expose you to actually worse things. So simplicity and also sophistication is also just in a simple, clean label. So that's also what we also made sure in our product specifications. We really did our research to really analyze what do you want to achieve, and then what is the product that we can actually, or what are the resources that we can use to achieve that effect.
Okay.
Right. And therefore it was then again yerba mate, which then allowed us to extract these beautiful things like vitamins and thorbamine, xanthes, to minerals and electrolytes.
How was the testing phase like? What was it like? Okay, this works. Okay,
Can I
this
tell you,
doesn't
it was
work.
an absolute mess.
Really? Tell us more. Like we would love to know. Like how was the whole final product approval? All right, like okay, this is it. This is what we're going ahead with.
So usually, what you do, you go to one of the big flavor houses, and they develop a beverage for you.
Okay.
If you don't have a name and you don't have a brand, then they're going to charge you a hefty fee. But we didn't know this because I don't come from this world.
Correct.
And we literally just thought, hey, let's just do it ourselves. So we, yeah, over I think 100 different recipes of changing the 0.01 within that ingredient list
Correct.
to finally find, and then also changing the temperatures and also the quantities of water that we use for actually brewing and whatever whatnot. Uh, yeah, after a bit of trial and error, we've been here now. Yeah, but the kitchen, that lab, that meth lab that we had in the beginning, yeah,
It
that was
was
quite dirty several times.
so you can actually call the whole episode not Breaking Bad but Breaking Good.
There we go. Yeah, trying to make the world a better place. No.
Yep, absolutely. And what is, if I were to ask you for an advice, like what is that one habit swap that you have implemented in your life that had changed things for like good and put you in a direction where you're like, okay, this works out for me.
So this is not now beverage related. I should be doing an upsell here, but primarily my thesis is try to cut out noise.
Okay.
So really stop spending too much time on social media. Stop wasting your time with chatting on several thousand different WhatsApp groups. Really just concentrate on the things that you're really good at and delegate the rest.
Okay.
Yeah. So first of all, by achieving more within that given amount of superpower time that you have, you'll have more endorphin kicks that will also give you then better mood because you're achieving things. And then all those things that you don't want to do or you can't do or you're not really good at, then you're able to delegate them away. Yeah, so that's how value creation is then created. Plus, then you also have more energy to prioritize into things that you actually enjoy.
Fair. Delegation actually changes the game. This is something I've practiced this year. I was just like, do I edit this video myself or do I get someone and test it out?
For sure.
And it works.
For sure.
It takes out so much of your pressure off your shoulders. You have other things that you can, you know, break your head on rather than acting like different effects. And then you're just like, this video is not working out. I'm bad at it. Then, you delegate it and then you see
Going
the
again
magic
back
happen.
to Kung Fu, right? You have to spend your 1,000 hours. And if you
Absolutely.
haven't spent the 1,000 hours in video editing, try to delegate it to somebody who has.
Let's talk about a little bit on the side of things, okay? Mental health side of things. Do you think METE contributes towards well-being of the individual consuming it in terms of gaining or giving them more clarity, more calmness in their approach? Oh yeah, I mean I've experienced it. Like I've experienced it, like too much of caffeine and the jitters,
Guaranteed.
guaranteed.
My hands are always then wet, so that was also another reason I can't drink coffee anymore. I just need to
Okay.
drink something else, which actually doesn't give me those handshakes.
Yeah,
For
that's
sure.
jittery
That
movement.
jitteriness.
All right, let's talk about community. You feel you're building a community right now, right?
For sure.
And what role do you think community plays in like product promotion or product testing? What are your thoughts and what are your experience building a community now?
From my experience, from launching several businesses now, the main thing that actually demonstrates if a business is working is if people stand behind it.
Okay.
Right? So if organically a community builds around it without subsidizing it by putting cash onto the table to pay for influencers,
Correct.
right, for example, then you're just lying to yourself. But
True.
if people actually surround themselves around this product and really believe in it, then organically that'll happen. That's one of course a competitive advantage on a business level, but two, it's also a beautiful thing to see them because then people are also aligned and cross to your vision. And ours is, for example, to make people stand taller, think smarter, and live healthier.
Okay.
Right. So and I hope that people that are consuming our beverage and that are currently in our community also want to push that vision further.
Perfect. That's a very good one. So how do you build a sense of belonging from a business point of view and a product point of view then?
One of the many things that we've done is we've been working with community leaders, for example, cyclers or runners, or even people in the nightlife who are doing conscious parties, for example, coffee raves and stuff like that.
Correct.
Working truly with them and trying to just give them the environment and also the product and also the assets that they require to be able to see their community further.
Correct. And from a business point of view, something like this has not been launched in UAE. All right. How's the UAE market been treating you?
Surprisingly, at the beginning when we launched, we thought we have to spend much more in marketing, in educational marketing specifically. But it turns out that yerba mate is heavily consumed as a cultural drink within the Syrians and Lebanese and the Argentinians. And also it's now heavily also consumed in Europe, right?
Okay,
also as a carbonated version. So people know it, people affiliate to it, and therefore it was actually pretty much an easy sell.
Okay.
And of course, it is quite an easy. It's quite good if you have Lionel Messi pushing the
Oh,
product. You know,
the whole Argentinian team actually, like they all consume it. It's not
all
just
of
him,
them.
all of them.
It was also rippled out now to the French team, also to
Correct.
some NBA teams where the athletes are all now
Correct.
drinking this drink. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And what would be some sustainable tips that you've implemented in your life personally that you would want to share with our listeners?
Truly, I'm very honored to be here because I'm not the healthiest, I'm not the greenest, yeah,
Okay.
and I'm also not the wisest. But I think what I primarily suggest is to be conscious, a bit more conscious
Correct.
of what you actually consume and how it's being
Correct.
consumed, right? So glass is better than, for example, plastic,
Correct.
right? And I think just being a bit more conscious with actually what is being happening, just following a crowd,
Correct.
that's really truly valuable.
Correct. All right. Let's end the segment one with a very interesting question that I personally feel is something that I am excited to know about. Is what are the new flavors and when are they coming out?
I cannot give you a date, but
Okay.
it's really on the shortest horizon.
Okay.
And what we've decided is that the flavors are not just lemonade punches, right?
Correct.
They have to truly contribute to a health benefit specifically. For example, ginger, pomegranate, and also mint lemon are going to be the ones that we're going to be launching soon.
Wow.
And all of these do have health benefits, and therefore it makes sense to our brand. It makes sense also to our vision.
Wow. Pomegranate is something that I'm looking forward to.
Me too. Pomegranate is a very difficult fruit to work with.
Of course. It is. It's not the easiest.
But it's no, but in our sophisticated lab now, not in the kitchen anymore, we have our people working on it
All
to
right,
soon
perfect.
bring it to here into the next show.
Amazing. All right. With that, we've come to the end of our segment one. Moving on to segment two, which is the rapid fire questions. This segment is powered by Oakley. I'm going to ask you a few questions. You got to be really fast, all right?
Hit me.
Favorite time of the day for Mete?
Brunch.
Oh, wow. Okay. I was expecting a morning buzz now. All right. One word that describes how Mete makes you feel.
Sophisticated.
Oh, nice. All right. Best feedback you've received about the product.
ADHD, that you stopped ADHD medicine.
Really? All right. One piece of advice for listeners to boost their daily energy.
Stop scrolling on Instagram.
Oh, I need to practice that.
I know.
It's
You're heavy on the Instagram.
It's heavy. All right. So, what's the most funniest reaction you've received about the product that went and you were like,
We gave this cold carbonated glass bottled product to a Syrian chef, and he wanted to make it hot into a warm tea as traditionally drank in Syria.
okay, that's hilarious.
That is quite fun.
All right, moving on to segment three. These are recommendations from Fabian. And this segment is powered by A6. He's going to share some interesting tips and tricks for our listeners and viewers. All right, who's someone, a public figure or mentor that you look up to that has really inspired you to go into this path?
My son,
Okay.
15 months old,
Okay.
so really truly a baby, just learned how to walk.
All right.
But the beautiful thing and really the takeaway is just to keep exploring and therefore also just learn as much as you can.
Amazing. Every day is a new learning day.
Truly.
All right.
Be a sponge.
Oh, absorb. All right. One recent setback or failure that taught you something that you were like, oh, this is something that I can really benefit from.
I just question why is a failure a setback?
All right.
So there's two ways to learn. One is from other people's mistakes or from your own.
Correct.
So again, my experience is you have to create as many frameworks as possible to fail as quick as possible.
Correct.
And therefore you will become the best in your field, that kung fu within that thing that you're doing by failing as quick as possible and learning from that.
Oh, nice. All right. One way that you like to disconnect from everything just to spark your creativity.
Cycling, road cycling.
Ooh. All right. Your favorite tip for recovery.
Just sleep.
All right.
Just sleep.
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 And
Cut
what
the
else?
noise and sleep.
Oh, wow.
By having just a very clear mind, but not having too many things and too many thoughts.
All right.
That's the best way to recover and also to maintain, to be able to run a marathon.
Correct. And final question, one advice that you live by in life.
Treat people better than how you want to be treated.
Oh, wow. That is something that I really like inspire and look up to. You know, it's like you want someone to treat you better, why don't you treat them the same way?
For sure, and you can experience this all the time. If a person's bringing you food, treat them better.
Correct.
We had also several war stories in previous companies that a team came in or another company came in, tried to poach my entire team.
All right.
And although they offered much better wages, the team stayed on my team because they
Correct.
know that they can learn much more and actually they're actually valued,
Correct.
right? So there's a lot of benefits by actually treating people better.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time, Fabian. It was really awesome. I hope our listeners and our viewers place an order first thing. And I hope they've learned a lot about what they consume and how we've become so overcomplicated.
Thank you very much for having me.
It's a pleasure.
Cheers, brother.
With this, we've come to an end of another episode on What the Fahad. And we hope you tune in to another episode. And thank you so much for being our kind viewers. Peace out. All right. Amazing. Whoop.